Hello students of class 11. Welcome back once again to your biology class. In our last class, we have completed the chapter of biomolecules. Today we shall start the chapter of cell cycle and cell division. First, you have to know what do you mean by cell cycle. Cell cycle basically is defined as the sequence of events by which a cell duplicates its genome and synthesizes other cell contents, and eventually it will divide into two daughter cells. Howard and Pele described cell cycle first. The proteins which are involved in this control mechanism are cyclins and cyclin dependent kinases. The duration of the cell cycle is also known as generation time, and the duration of the cell cycle varies in different cells and different species. It depends on the nature and type of the cell and its external factors such as the temperature, oxygen availability, nutrients, etc. Okay. Now, what are the phases of cell division? A typical eukaryotic cell has basically two main phases. One is a long interphase or first phase or I phase we say, and another is a short M phase. The first phase or interphase phase, it is the phase between two divisions when the cell is non-dividing. The interphase phase lasts for about 85 to 95% of the generation time. And this interphase or I phase, it is again subdivided into three subphases: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. G1 phase is known as the first growth phase or first gap phase or post-mitotic gap phase. The cell is metabolically very active as it is preparing for DNA replication. The activities include multiplication of the mitochondria, chloroplast and other cell organelles like the Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. The S phase or the synthetic phase. This is biosynthesis or replication of the DNA molecules or chromosomes take place during this phase. Each DNA strand acts as a template and exact copies of the DNA molecules are formed. And each chromosome comes into possess two identical strands which are known as the chromatids, which are held together by a centromere. Okay, and this S phase lasts about 6 to 8 hours. And during this phase, the subunits of the kinetochores are synthesized and these are deposited on the centrosome. Histone proteins are there. These also are synthesized, which becomes associated with the chromatids. In animal cells and other cells where centrosome is present, the centrosome duplicates. The G2 phase is also known as the second growth phase, second gap phase or pre-mitotic gap phase. The synthesis of the DNA stops during this phase and the formation of RNAs and the proteins continues to take place. The M phase is the phase of actual cell division. The cell division of cell reproduction is the process by which new cells are formed by the pre-existing cells. It consists of two steps. One is the karyokinesis, another is the cytokinesis. The karyokinesis is the nuclear division which occurs first, and the cytokinesis or the division of the cytoplasm takes place, which follows the process of karyokinesis. The karyokinesis or nuclear division are of three types: amitosis, mitosis and meiosis. The amitosis, it is the simplest method of cell division. This type of cell division does not involve formation of spindle, differentiation of chromosomes, and disappearance of the nuclear membrane. The nucleus elongates and divides into two here in this step by constriction that develops in the middle of the elongated nucleus. After that, it is followed by cytokinesis. As the constriction deepens and meets in the center, the cell is divided into two parts, each one with a daughter nucleus. Mitosis, it is the process in which the chromosome of a nucleus duplicates and becomes both quantitatively and qualitatively equally distributed to the two daughter cells. So, mitosis is also known as equational division. Mitosis was first observed in plant cells and later on in animal cells. The term mitosis was coined by Fleming. It consists of two steps, karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyon means nucleus, kinesis means movement. This karyokinesis is a complicated sequence of events by which the nuclear material duplicates during the process of interphase and are distributed to the two daughter nuclei, that is, a nucleus divides into two daughter nuclei. It can be divided by four phases which occur continuously one after the another. Next, these four phases are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Pro means first, phase means stage. So during the early prophase, the nucleus enlarges in size and it becomes spherical or spheroidal, and viscosity of the cytoplasm increases. Okay, and the ends of the long chromosomes are not visible, and so the chromosomes of a cell appear as a ball of thread, and this stage is also called the spireme stage. And in the animal cells, what happens? The centrosome begins to move towards the opposite ends. Each has a pair of centrioles and they start radiating the fine microtubules or microtubular fibrils, which is called the astral rays. These are actually connected to the pericentriolar satellites. Understood? And the early metaphase or the transition between the prophase and the metaphase is also known as prometaphase. It is marked by complete disappearance of the nuclear membrane. The metaphase is marked by complete formation of the spindle apparatus. A fluid area is observed in the center through which the chromosomes move freely towards the equator of the spindle. And the spindle apparatus is the broadest in the center, which is known as the equator, and converges towards the two poles. There are two types of spindle fibers. One is the continuous fiber, which runs from one pole to the other. Another is the discontinuous fiber, which radiate from one pole but do not reach the other. Chemically, the spindle fibers are made of protein tubulin, and traces of lipids are also present there. In cells with no centrioles, that is the plant cell, no aster is formed, and such spindles are known as anastral or acentric. The chromosome fibers start tightening and the chromosomes are brought to the center of the spindle. The centromeres of all the chromosomes lie on the equator and forms the metaphasic or equatorial plate. Understood? The next one which we have to discuss is the anaphase stage. Okay, the anaphase, the centromere of each chromosome divides into two halves and each half carries one sister chromatid. They now start repelling each other and become completely separated and are called the daughter chromosomes. They move towards the poles of the spindle along the chromosome fibers with the centromeres leading to the chromatids trailing behind. And the chromosomes continue to move towards the poles as the tractile fibers condense and shorten. Next phase is the telophase. The telophase is marked by reaching of all the chromosomes to their respective poles, and the spindles start disappearing by depolymerization of the tubulin subunits. The nuclear membrane appears around the set of the chromosomes at each pole by the fusion of the small ventricle formed by the cytoplasm. And the nucleoplasm gathers around the chromosome during this phase. Understood? The nucleolus becomes organized by the nuclear organizer from the nucleolar material dispersed during the prophase. The centriole becomes surrounded by the centrosphere and forms the centrosome. Understood? The next point which we have to discuss now is cytokinesis. Cytokinesis, it is the division of cytoplasm following nuclear division or karyokinesis into two parts, each with a daughter nucleus. The cytokinesis occurs differently in different plants and animals. In animal cells, cytokinesis occurs by the process of cleavage or furrowing. It starts during the early anaphase and is completed simultaneously with the telophase. The equatorial part of the spindle is changed into a structure which is known as the mid-body, which consists of certain fibers and vesicles. Understood? The band contract and hence the constriction will deepen till the cytoplasm is divided into two parts. In plant cells, what happens? Cytokinesis occurs in two ways or two methods, by the cell plate method and the cleavage method. In the cell plate method, it is the most common method of cytokinesis in the plant cell. In this process of cell plate method, since the plant cells, they have rigid cell wall, cytokinesis cannot take place by invagination of the cell wall. So, it is by the formation of cell plate. The formation of cell plate begins during the late anaphase or early telophase. Okay, and the membrane from the plasma membrane. The membranes, it form the plasma membrane of the two adjacent cells. These ventricles fuse to form a structure called phragmoplast that contains the polysaccharide, which are the precursors of the pectin for the middle lamella. The fully formed plate is the middle lamella, and by this cleavage method it takes place in some lower group of plants and also in the pollen mother cells. Now, what is the significance or importance of mitosis? Mitosis is a method of reproduction or multiplication of the unicellular organisms. Mitosis is essential for the growth and development of multicellular organisms, as somatic cells are formed by mitosis. And it is the mechanism for replacing the old and worn out cells in the multicellular organisms. For example, the RBCs are formed from the bone marrow, skin cells are formed from the germinative layer, etc. Okay, mitosis also helps in maintaining the surface area volume ratio of the cell, which is a feature that determines the efficiency of the functioning of the cell. Mitosis also helps in maintaining the nuclear cytoplasmic ratio, which is the characteristic of cells of the different species. And wound healing in animals and the plants are due to repeated mitotic division of the cells existing around the world. So these are the significance of mitosis. Next we come to meiosis. Meiosis is a type of cell division where the number of the chromosome is reduced to half of the daughter cells. So meiosis is also known as reduction division. Okay, the term meiosis was coined by Farmer and Moore. Meiosis was first observed by Van Beneden. Meiosis involves two successive cycles of the nuclear and the cytoplasmic divisions, but only a single cycle of the DNA or a single cycle of the chromosomes replication, resulting in the formation of 4 daughter cells. each with half the number of chromosomes as the parent cell. It occurs usually in the diploid cells or cells with even number or set of chromosomes. Now, when does these meiosis occur? During germination of the zygote, during gamete formation, during spore formation. Okay, now the essential events which take place during meiosis. Two successive nuclear and cytoplasmic divisions without any DNA replication occurs between them, right? And pairing of the homologous chromosome crossing over between them and the formation of the chiasmata takes place. Segregation of homologous chromosomes takes place and separation of sister chromatid or daughter chromosomes takes place. The steps in prophase 1 are leptotin, zygotin, packaging, diplotin, diakinesis. Lepto means thin or slender, and the nucleus in this leptotin process or leptotin stage we say enlarges and the chromatin fibers contract and elongate. Thin chromosomes can be seen and each appears as string of beads with two swollen chromosomes which are supposedly the genes. And zygote, the homologous chromosomes start coming closer and they get attached to each other laterally due to the development of the nucleoproteins. And packaging here, condensation of the chromosomes continue and the bivalents appear as tetrads as the chromosomes become thicker and stronger. This stage lasts for many days. Recombination nodules contain enzyme like endonuclease that catalyze the nicking. Nicking means the breaking of the chromatids and the R protein or ligase for annealing. Annealing is the reunion of the broken chromatids. Understood? And then the diplotin, the beginning of the diplotin is marked by the beginning of the separation of the synapsed homologous chromosomes. The nucleoprotein that holds the two sister chromatids now partially dissolve and hence they start separating but remain held together in the points or the regions of crossing over. These regions of attachment are called chiasmata. And diakinesis, this phase is marked by the movement of this chiasmata towards the tip of the chromosome. Dia means through or across and kinesis means the movement. So this is the process of diakinesis. After this prophase, there is metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Following the meiosis, cytokinesis may or may not occur. Interkinesis or intermeiotic interphase is the stage between the telophase 1 and prophase 1. The synthesis of the tRNAs and the proteins may continue, but there is no replication of DNA. The centrosome undergoes replication in those cells where it is present. Then comes the second stages, that is the meiosis 2, prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. This meiosis 2 is similar to mitosis, but it is much shorter in duration because prophase 2 is shorter. Since it maintains the number of chromosomes constant from the end of the meiosis 1, it is called the homotypic or equational division, but it differs from mitosis in different aspects also. How it differs? Like it consists or it occurs in the haploid cells or the cells with odd number of sets of chromosomes. The two chromatids of every chromosomes are dissimilar from each other. It is not preceded by DNA synthesis. And the daughter cells formed are also different from each other in their genetic constitution. The prophase 2 is very short phase and it occurs simultaneously in the two cells or the two nuclei formed after meiosis 2. In cells with centrosome, they move to the opposite poles and initiate the aster formation. In metaphase 2, the spindle formation is complete and the chromosomes reach the equator and are arranged with the centromeres, forming a single metaphasic plate. Okay. And in anaphase 2, the centromere of every chromosome breaks and the two and the two halves with one chromatid start moving to the opposite poles as daughter chromosomes. In telophase 2, the chromosomes have reached the poles and the spindles have disappeared. And the groups of chromosomes at each pole get organized into a nucleus with the formation of the nuclear envelope and a nucleolus. Here the chromosomes start uncoiling and so it becomes thick and long, that is the chromatin reticulum is formed inside the nucleus. Okay, in plant cell, phragmoplast is deposited in the center. In animal cells, the constrictions appear on the cell membrane in such a way that the four nuclei will be separated into four compartments. Cytokinesis occurs in the same way, which is under the mitosis in the plant and animal cell it takes place. It is described as successive cytokinesis. Now, what is the significance of meiosis? It maintains the number of chromosome characteristic, which is a characteristic of the species, constant through generations. And due to crossing over and recombination of genetic material, the variation occurs in the progeny. The variation serves as the raw material for evolution. Now you have to know what are the differences between mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis is an equational division where the number of the chromosomes remain the same in the daughter cells as in the mother cell, whereas in meiosis it is a reduction division where the number of the chromosome in the daughter cells is half the number of the chromosomes as in the mother cells. In mitosis, you can give another point. It occurs in any body cell. It can be haploid or diploid and help in the growth and or multiplication in single-celled organism. And whereas in case of meiosis, you can give it occurs only in the specialized diploid cells known as myocytes. And for every duplication of the chromosomes in mitosis, there is a nuclear division. As a result, two daughter cells are formed. And in case of meiosis, for every duplication of the chromosomes, there are two nuclear divisions. Consequently, four daughter cells are formed. So, you can give some differences between mitosis and meiosis. Understood? So, this is all about the chapter. We will start a new chapter in our next class. Thank you.